Hi there, you're very welcome to our Student Spotlight, and today we're speaking to Tomisin, who is a second year marketing student, and it's nice to see you. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
It's a bit cold today, isn't it? Um, Tell us about where you are, first of all, Tomisin. You're in County Leitrim, I think.
Yeah, I'm in Leitrim. I live in Carrick and Shannon, and it's absolutely freezing here. If I'm being...
But normally you would be down in Maynooth. It's not an easy commute from Carrick-on-Shannon, to be
Oh,
fair.
that's at all. I'd be normally, yeah.
So tell us about that. Where did you go to school, and yeah, how did Maynooth come on your radar?
I went to Carrick and Shannon Community School, and I think the way Manisha came onto my radar is just like, I know it's not an easy commute, but it had a direct train from Carrick and Shannon to Maynooth, so I just had to get one train. My friends in college have to get like two or three, and it's like they spend like the whole day traveling. And I think I'm a homebody, so I felt like if I needed to go home, having just one train back and forth from Maynooth to Carrick is just perfect. And then another thing is the marketing course was just incredible. I just kept reading up about it and I couldn't get Maynooth out of my head. And just the fact that it was like the only university town as well, because I'm from a town, and I feel like going to a city like Dublin or Cork or Limerick would have definitely overwhelmed me. So I think having that, and it feels like home as well. So it was an amazing decision on my part.
Okay, so the stars aligned, and those three factors worked well to Maynooth's advantage. So great for us to have you. Um, so that's interesting, isn't it? That idea that you could take one train and
Mhm.
perhaps get to Maynooth faster than you would
Yeah.
from somewhere maybe in Dublin, even that depending on how many modes of transport. So that's an option for you to commute, indeed. But you're in second year now, and marketing is your chosen degree. But in school, you wouldn't necessarily be studying marketing. It's obviously not a leaving cert subject. Were you taking business, or how did it come on your radar?
I actually did not take business, so I did accounting, and I knew that I was going to go into something to have to do with business. So what I kind of did was like research all the business functions, so like HR and like international business and management and everything. And marketing just like called to me because I feel like it's the most creative, and just I feel like I would have, because I'm creative, and I felt that connection with marketing in general. So I feel like that's why I chose it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's true, isn't it? So much of it is about coming up with new ways of reaching out to people and getting on their radar in this crowded field that we have now in terms of media. So, what other subjects were you taking? Art then as one of your leaving cert subjects, or what were you taking?
I wasn't taking art, but I used to take art in junior cert. So I've always loved art and I've always loved being creative. So I kind of continued with that um, throughout my leaving cert. It was kind of like an outlet for me. So I love to draw and I love to paint. And I love like even, it's so weird, but I love using Adobe. I love to like illustrate stuff and everything. So yeah, art is definitely like kept on with me. So it's
Yeah.
factors of why I chose marketing. I feel like you just have to be creative to be in it. So yeah.
So you came straight into the marketing degree. So there are two different options in terms of getting to study business in Maynooth. You could take it through the arts degree or go straight into one of these specialized degrees. Um, so you went straight into marketing. And what were you studying in your first year?
So in first year, I was studying consumer research and other modules like microeconomics, accounting, um, and I think what is great about the course is that it makes you really well rounded in first year. You're getting the foundations of business in general. So, like I said, I was studying modules like managing innovation, and I think having that paired up with marketing and modules made me like it was kind of like experiencing business in the cert. So it was great to have that foundation for me. So yeah.
So if you came into the first few weeks of term, you would have had the opportunity to sit into other strands of business for the international business, for example, or the business management. Did you kind of give those a try, or did you just stick with the marketing from day one?
I went into one of the international business modules with my friend, and I did like it, and I didn't really consider it. I just really loved the marketing modules that I was doing that semester, so I kind of stuck with marketing, if I'm being honest. Yeah, so I never really strayed or anything.
What about those first few weeks then outside of class time? How were you settling in coming from Carrick to Maynooth?
It was I found it, like I said, I found it actually really all right. Maynooth is a town, and I'm from a town, so it isn't that big of a difference. So coming to Maynooth, you know, everything is like in walking distance. I could go to the shop, I can go here and here. It's like 10 minutes walk. And making friends was so easy. I feel like people are so friendly in Maynooth and just so open, which is something that my friends from home struggled with in their other colleges. I just feel like Maynooth is just so friendly, and just the atmosphere and everything. So that definitely, and I joined like clubs and societies. I went to different ones to try them out. Everyone was so nice and just welcoming, and it was great.
Did you know anyone here before you started?
No, and I was actually the only one from my community school to come to Maynooth. So no, I knew no one. So what I kind of did, first day, I just kind of said hi to everyone, introduced myself. I was like, hi, my name's Tomi, and just tried to get faces in my head and say, oh, I met her yesterday, I'll go sit with her today, you know, just put myself. Yeah,
because there are thousands that start out as well, but of course within your own particular area in business, you would have a smaller group. So how did that work then? You have marketing, your specialism in marketing, but then you're also sitting in broader, bigger lectures.
Yeah.
How does that go?
So I didn't find it too bad. I feel like all the other business modules that I did were definitely interesting. I was actually really surprising. Like microeconomics, I was really scared of because economics. So when I started, I actually really liked it, and it was one of the I tested highest in that module, which was really surprising. But I really loved it, and just having the experience with different modules, like did we do in first year? We did I think we did human. It was so far away, but we did so many other business modules that were really interesting and really nice to get to have experience in. So yeah,
and then you go into your smaller class group in marketing, and then you have tutorials then, I guess, as well. So it's a busy course. I mean, how busy did you find it in first year? And coming from doing the Leaving Cert into studying at third level, how did you find that transition?
I feel like it was a lot easier, and I know that's really surprising to say. I found, because I'm very diligent in my work anyway, so when I need to work, I'll work, but anytime I have free time, I would like enjoy myself. So I didn't really find it really daunting. I just like kept on with my work. Don't leave it to last minute, because it will creep on you, and you'll just be screaming and just be so stressed. So definitely keeping up with my work definitely made it less miserable. And just so, and then and there were only about 13 people in like BBS marketing back then. There's loads now, but it was nice to have that small group and just come marketing. Just having that small group of people was really nice and easy to make friends with. So yeah.
So did you do any particular assignments or group work that you enjoyed more than other elements perhaps?
Yes. So with my consumer research class, we had to redesign the Maynooth University library website, and that was really nice because we had the library staff come into us and just talk about what they've done in the past, what they were wanting to do in the future, and it felt really like real life. You know, as a marketing person, you have to do that. You have to design things for your clients, so it felt really realistic. So we had all and we were able to put down ideas, and then I have experience with in design, so I was able to kind of make like a visual example of what it would look like with all our ideas, and like we handed it in, and it was just a really great project, something I really enjoyed. And just the group work is so important because it kind of like teaches you teamwork and how to build your collaborative skills. So
yeah, an important part of working in any team these days, isn't it? Yeah, to be able to work together and be collegiate. And when you went into second year, then was it less prescriptive? Were you able to kind of decide on areas that you wanted to study more, or is it still like you have to study a certain curriculum?
Yes, some modules are still compulsory, but I was able to choose some electives. So in first semester, I chose the skills for success module, and this semester I chose the entrepreneurship module. Really enjoyed the skills for success. I highly recommend it. It's so good. So those are the two electives that I chose, and then the rest of my modules are compulsory, but I really like them anyway, and they're really relevant to your course anyway, so you'll enjoy all of them.
Good. And now looking towards, you're going to make it a 3-year degree or a 4-year degree, so you could kind of opt to apply for a work placement in your third year. Is that something you're considering?
I am really considering work placement. I'm finding it hard just because of COVID. I feel like most companies have kind of stopped doing their student internships this year, but I'm just sending my CV out and trying to get my name out there. And the work placement staff at Maynooth are so helpful. Martina is like amazing. She like and has given me such great advice, and they're just there to help you. And then there's a jobs form, so like if there's any internship that they think is good for us, they'll like post it there so you can see all the ones that could be related. So yeah, it's really good.
So that's something you need to be kind of get on now, really, isn't it? Because it's looking towards next September.
Yeah. So I am just literally on LinkedIn every day trying to see if there's anything new popping up and just applying straight away. So yeah.
What would be your dream when you graduate? What would be your dream area to work in? Not necessarily company, but what kind of area of marketing have you enjoyed?
I really enjoyed digital and social media marketing. I really find that so interesting. I love social media, so being able to work with that, and especially digital marketing, like working on websites, like I said, it's really fun, and being able to redesign them and everything, and yeah, working in
more the creative side of it rather than the buying side of it. So
definitely for me anyway.
Excellent. And tell me, closing societies wise, I know it's not been a great year for them this year, but in first year, did you join any?
Yes, I did. I joined the African Society. I joined the African Society, and I joined the volleyball club. They're both great. I wanted to get some exercise while I was at Maynooth. So the volleyball club was really good, and AfroSoc is amazing.
Really, what do you do in AfroSoc?
It's so good. We have different events. So there was speed dating event, there was like just to meet people, and there was we had like a little party, a tracksuit party, which was great, and we had we had like discussions, like open panels, which was so nice, and to hear everyone's opinions about certain subjects, it was really eye-opening. And then people were so open, like talking about their lives and everything, which was really, really nice.
So kind of a support network as well to some extent. And is
Yeah.
that able to continue on this year, even though you're in lockdown?
There has been some on Zoom and just some events on Zoom. It's been kind of hard just because I feel like a lot of people are busy. Online school may seem, you know, in our heads we thought it was going to be very easy riding, but it's definitely a lot more challenging. So finding time to go to these events is, I think it's a little bit, they found it hard. So they are trying to do more events, but yeah.
It's not an easy time for anyone.
Yeah.
Before we go then, Tomisin, will you tell us your advice? I mean, you mentioned earlier that it's important to stay on top of your assignments and not let anything get too late in the day. Anything else that you'd like to pass on to a potential Leaving Cert student applying to your course? Or
I'd say to definitely try and talk to people. I feel like when people come into college, they kind of stick around their friend group and don't really go outside that bubble. But I think definitely meeting people and networking is so important because you never know where people are going to be tomorrow. So definitely talking to people. Two, definitely stay on top of your work. It's very, very important. Try and be diligent. Try and speak for yourselves. If your friend is going out and you have stuff to do, think about that. And see, just try and find the balance between your work life and your social life. It's definitely hard in the beginning because there's no one there to tell you, you know, go do this or do that. But finding that balance is so important. So those are just I would advise.
Great. Wonderful. Great advice. Thanks very much for chatting to us today, Tomisin.
Thank you.